Hello everybody, and welcome back to another overly cheerful introduction because YouTube says I have to catch your attention in the first 10 seconds of the video, and this is how we're deciding to do it today. It's also been recommended to me to tell you guys to like and subscribe right now instead of at the end of the video when you should. I do sketchbook tours, speed paints, I've got a couple of tutorials on the way, I have some beauty and fashion stuff that I have in the planning process, and I have a couple of reviews that I want to do. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely consider looking at other videos on the channel. But without further ado, today is a sketchbook tour day. So originally, I was going to tour this book. This is my most recently finished book. It is sketchbook number 26. But then I realized this is a tiny little book, and half of the content in here I can't show on YouTube. So rather than doing that, we are covering this big chunky boy right here. This is the sketchbook that I finished right before this one. But don't worry, you will be seeing the content in this one. This is my next tour coming up. And I'm also including two other books in that. This one right here, and this one here. These are also really tiny, so hopefully that will pan out pretty well, and I have one more sketchbook that I'm halfway through that should also be in the small sketchbook tour as well. Without further ado, we know why you're here. You want to see what's in this book. Let's get right into it. So this is a Strathmore Vision mixed media sketchbook. It is one of my favorite kinds of sketchbooks. They are small and compact, and the paper quality is phenomenal. You do get some ink bleed if you use like alcohol markers on them, but other than that, it is phenomenal. I love them. So looking at the front here, I got some stickers from Amazon. I voted from the 2020 election, which helps you place when most of the sketchbook took place. This is number 25 in my full sketchbook series. I've been filling sketchbooks since I was 10. It's sketchbook number 6 since I have started taking art seriously again back in 2019. This is from May 2020 to January 2021. One of the reasons I really like these Strathmore Visions is because it comes with this cover that you design yourself. You're supposed to tear this one off, but I don't like doing that. So I always use it as like a little rough table of contents. If I need to look back at something for reference, I can just see if there's any drawings of it in this book. None of the pages are numbered and not everything is labeled, but any important drawings I will write in order when they are in the sketchbook. I also like to put stickers and just little decorations around. I collect fortune cookie fortunes, and I like to just tape those in little blank spots. First page, not much to see. I wanted to do something inspired by real life, and I went on a walk and saw a kid picking dandelions. I'm not going to cover every single page, but I am going to at least show you guys. Most of the sketchbook, unfortunately, I decided to not draw the proper way. So every other page is flipped, which is very inconvenient. So this was when I was working on Lilith Design. I was trying to incorporate some chibis. This guy here is Socket. He is a print and shirt available on my Redbubble store. There's a link to that in the description if you want to check it out. If not, it's not a big deal. When I started the sketchbook, I didn't really have a lot of characters, so a lot of these are very repetitive, very headshotty. I was more or less just working on character design at the time, so a lot of stuff is just headshots in this book. This was for Cassie Wolf Gaming. Check her channel out, I'll have her in the description as well. Some pages, unfortunately, I just cannot show on YouTube, so please excuse any sudden cuts where you don't see what's on the next page. These are some designs for an ex-coworker. His son was starting a clothing company. It hasn't really taken off yet, and I haven't heard anything back from him since I did the commissions for him, but it was still fun to work on. Got some little sketches. This is a character that belongs to Brewing Your Butter. She is an amazing artist from Germany. Please check her out. I will put her in the description as well. Another one that I drew for Cassie as a request. And these are from Ice's Wolf Cats. She is fantastic. She's from Brazil, and her art is so unique and so amazing. Please, please, please check her out. I'm gonna just keep shouting people out whose characters I've drawn because you guys are amazing. We got Lilith Designs. This is for a graphic novel slash I don't know yet that I want to eventually work on called Baby Doll Wasteland. The whole concept of it is it's a post-apocalyptic setting, but everything is pastel and colorful, and you'll see more of those characters later on. Some of the characters that you'll see I actually cut from the not finished, but from the concept. These are some warm-up sketches that I did. I asked people to send me things that made them happy and I would draw it for them. And these are really, really rough because they were literally just warm up. More Baby Doll Wasteland. This is Kitty. More Lilith. And of course, it's one where they're both the same orientation. We got Guinevere, Asmodeus, Heidi. These were some requests when I got my gel pens. This was for a friend of mine from a couple of servers, Moo. This belongs to Kortsky. I don't know her Instagram, but I will have it linked somewhere. This is one of her OCs. I don't know his name, but he was fun to draw. This is Jack Grimm. I will link his Instagram. And then Heidi again. Another one of Lilith. So this page I can't really show the full thing, but I do have a version of this on my Not Safe for Work Twitter. If you're not 18, please don't go look at it, but I am very, very proud of how that turned out. I am very much for finding ways to love yourself, and finding ways to be okay with things like stretch marks, extra weight, anything like that. I think body positivity is very, very important. And there's not a lot of art that really depicts natural bodies with stretch marks, cellulite, extra weight, body hair. So I really do like to incorporate that every now and then. This is another print idea that I had. I never really did anything with it. I have a much larger version of that drawing, but I didn't actually finish it like I wanted to. These past 2 pages have been just some other print designs that I had ideas for that never really came to fruition. But the way I did these designs, when I was actually trying to make them into real prints, was I drew them on very, very large paper. I scanned them in 2 different scans, merged them together, and then colored them in digitally. So that was a really unique process to it. These 2 I actually kind of did something with. This one I made into a print, again, available on Redbubble. And then this one I incorporated into an Inktober piece, actually. Alright, here's Maggot again. She is a character from the Baby Doll Wasteland comic, or whatever it turns out to be. I don't know what it will be, but we're just kind of vibing. And then this is a Wayfarer, which goes with my Nightscape lore. That's the universe that all my demon characters are in. I might be working on some projects with that in the future. I would really love to flesh it out a lot more. There is so much that I want to share that's a part of this universe, part of the lore, and I'm still working on it. I am just trying to refine things and make it not cringy. I know cringe is dead, but I just want it to be the best that it can. Here's some little monster doodles and designs that I did when I don't know what I was doing, but I was really, really bored that day and I wanted to get back into monsters. Another monster. There's Asmodeus, and Asmodeus, as much as I love him, he is not a part of my Nightscape lore. He is completely separate. He is a tiefling for a D&D campaign and for a Pathfinder campaign, neither of which I've been able to play him yet, which is unfortunate. In D&D, he is an arcane trickster, and he is on a mission to find his lost wife, who was abducted by pirates. These guys were originally just a little idea I had for photo edits, and they've turned into part of the Nightscape lore. And here we get into the fun stuff. This is my Smoltober, Inktober planning. Every time that I have a big project like this, I like to plan it out in little concept sketches, just little thumbnails. So everything has a rough idea, and then if you look through my Instagram feed or on DeviantArt, you'll see what the finished product looked like. And then I just kind of left this blank for a while. I put this in later on, and then I have, again, stickers from Amazon. I have this beautiful little sticker book. It's very flashy, very colorful, and I just love filling blank spaces with stickers. We got Jotaro, but his boots are also his pants. It's all one piece. I saw some snakeskin boots, like faux snakeskin obviously, but that was pretty interesting. I'm a chicken noodle mama, I'm a chicken nugget. Something I heard an actual person say. And here we are in Cringetober, the second half of Inktober. These I all did digitally. It was pretty fun. They're not the best drawings, but they're fun. They were fun to do. Drew these digitally that day. These ones are done too, dummy. There's some more. For a lot of these, the thumbnail sketches turned out a lot better than the actual drawings. It's so weird. So I've been keeping this kind of a secret for a while, but I do some like songwriting and musical stuff on the side. I can't play any instruments, so everything's digital, but I write lyrics a lot. I have a lot of poetry just scattered throughout my sketchbooks. It's a thing that I'm working on, and hopefully I'll be able to share it with you guys one day. This is Annette Blackwater. She is a character for a Vampire the Masquerade campaign. We ended up switching over to Cyberpunk. You'll see some of that in just a little bit. We switched to Cyberpunk Red, not 2020, but yeah, she is a Toreador vampire. She's pretty cool. The vampire lore is super deep. I don't know a lot of it, but if you've played Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, this is the tabletop game that was based on. So, this is Killian! So, Killian is based on my boyfriend, Vox Okami. This is my favorite drawing of him ever, but these were some concept. The first one, he looks like Naruto a little bit, which is kind of wacky. But I was really working on, like, fleshing out more characters, making more characters. And speaking of which, here is my Cyberpunk Red character, Starlight Overkill. She is an 18-year-old bounty hunter who dresses in pastel colors and neon colors, and she is very, very violent and very, very angry. Killian and Lilith, in my Nightscape lore, they are canonically together because Lilith was originally based on me. She's not the character that I relate to the most anymore, but I still feel like she represents me the most, like, at least physically, and from where I created her, she's just the one that makes the most sense. Some more drawings of Lilith. Not Lilith, this is Starlight. This was me planning out her outfits. Got more over here. It took me a while to figure out, like, how I wanted her to dress, but I have so many different outfits of her. So here is Maggot's more refined design. She has gone through a lot of changes over the past year. So Maggot is mute. She is an ex-military person. I don't know exactly the details yet, but after she had an accident where she lost her voice, she figured it was easier to teach the rest of her squad how to read her tattoos instead of figuring out sign language. Because post-apocalypse, you don't have time to really learn stuff. And this is a little bit of a spoiler, but this is her girlfriend Kitty. They're so cute together. I ended up cutting out one of the characters that was supposed to be in the trio, Hive, sorry. But I ended up cutting him out. I felt like this dynamic worked a lot better. And then we have some summaries of my Nightscape characters. So a lot of these characters that I have summaries of, you guys haven't really seen before. Lilith, you guys obviously know. Marcia, I have drawn maybe 4 or 5 times, just little tiny doodles like this. Mirabelle, I've done one actual piece of her, and it was like over a year and a half ago. Claude, he has not shown up anywhere other than my sketchbooks so far. He has one full piece done of him. And this isn't even all of my characters now, this is outdated. Lancer, I only have not safe for work pictures of her. Heidi and Melancholy, you guys already know. Grease is in one of my Cringetober drawings, and one of like my little character design trial things. He just kind of came into existence because I was trying to draw masculine faces. Andromeda, they are not really in any not safe for work images, neither is Dionysus. Renegade I've done a couple drawings of, you guys have seen her. Killian, you guys just got introduced to. And then I have like 4 more characters that are just not in this, because it's not entirely comprehensive anymore. These are doodles from work. I have a lot of downtime at work where I can just get a couple sticky notes, make some artwork. Reference studies from sketchdaily.com. I don't do a whole lot of studies. I really need to do more of them. I've been trying to incorporate a lot more dynamic poses. I really like this one. And I'm trying to figure out how to draw buildings. I have no idea how to draw anything more complex than using a geometric pattern stamp for my backgrounds. Here are some studies! Okay, so these were style studies and like replication studies. I did get the artist permission to do these. Please, please, please go check them out. They are phenomenal. This one is a character that is owned by Absinthe Blood. This was a style study and a just complete redraw. I got his permission to do this. I absolutely love his artwork. Please go check it out. It's in this style, obviously, because it's a style study, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. And then this, I don't know his current handle on Instagram. Absolutely phenomenal artist. His art is adorable. This is not an accurate representation of his style. It is so much different than this, but I tried my best and I just kind of did this. But please go check them out. I will put their handles in the description when I find them. This is Asmodeus's Pathfinder page. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I had my friend's help, my friend Nora, who actually is featured earlier in this sketchbook, and I just didn't point her out. I am so sorry. I kind of skimmed over this page. This is a character that belongs to my friend Nora. Her name is Ember. She is a little possum girl. She's trans. Amazing character from an amazing person. Please go check her out. But let's get back into this now that I have realized what I've forgotten and corrected that, because I am so sorry. I was just kind of blanked out there. More sketches of Killian. This was when I incorporated the little nose thing that I do now. I got that from Absinthe Blood. That was the only thing that I really took away from the study, but it has improved my art tenfold. I absolutely love drawing noses like this now. I cannot stop. His artwork just changed my life. And we got some more Renegade, Starlight. More Starlight. I was trying to figure out alternate outfit ideas for Lilith, and it didn't stick. I didn't like this, but I can't say I didn't try. We got Renegade and Lilith. Sometimes all that matters is that you're trying your best. We got Maggot, Kitty, Renegade. I was trying to draw like an old man and it didn't work out. And then a bunch of Star. Just some little character sketches. This, I kind of had an idea for like a series about a dystopian society where art's all computer generated, and then there's like sects of artists that make their own art by hand, but then I just kind of scrapped it. Here's some doodles from Nora. Again, go check her out. Got more demons. Oh boy, who would have guessed? More of Starlight. More work doodles. These little ones over here, my boyfriend and I had an idea a while ago to try and start a skateboard brand. Didn't really work out, but I still enjoy drawing the character. It was called Dogfly. We have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, so if you want to go check those out, you are more than welcome to. It is spelled D-A-W-G-F-L-Y. The designs are really outdated and we don't have a lot up, but it was a fun project to work on while it lasted. And who knows, we might come back to it one day. These are more cyberpunk characters. So, this is Jetstar, Ghoul, and Mad Dog. Jetstar is a netrunner. Ghoul, I don't know what they do yet, but they're kind of the leader of this like anti-corporate gang. They don't have a lot of members. It's pretty much just 4 people. It's these 3 and one other person who will be introduced in another sketchbook. And then Mad Dog, she's like the muscle of the group. She's phenomenal. And this is my boyfriend's character, Sparky. The design didn't really stick. He didn't really stick in the campaign. It wasn't really his vibe. But it's his character. Little information about Ghoul and Party Poison and all that. All of their names are kind of based on My Chemical Romance references, which is really weird to say out loud because I've been listening to them for almost a decade. It's weird. This is Chloe Chaos. This is my friend Mark Von Lewis's character. You can check him out in the description. She is a rocker girl and she's a little bit crazy. We got some demons. Got Marsha again. Got Claude. And then this is Spencer, our friend Greg's character. He's a little cowboy dude. He's fun. Yeah, Spencer is a nomad too, so he's pretty cool. We got Spencer and Star hanging out. Got a bartender that I kind of based their design on Maggot a little bit. Star and Chloe. This is Daisy Dullahan. She is the sole survivor of an experimental head and arm transplant. Her head and arm were transplanted onto someone else's body, and she can just detach it at will, which is pretty cool. I do have some like statistics, like how long she can survive without her arm or her head. Her physical body, her like abdomen and so forth, can survive for like a while, and her arm and head have their own independent oxygen and blood pumps, which is pretty interesting. I feel like that fits in the cyberpunk lore. Chloe likes to be casually naked a lot. Daisy is an NPC. We switch off who DMs, or rather GMs, every couple of weeks, and Daisy is one of my NPCs, and she makes a lot of puns about people losing their heads. And that, my friends, is the end of the sketchbook. You did it. That's another sketchbook full. Finished on January 20th, 2021. I like to put little doodles at the end of my sketchbooks. It makes me feel accomplished. And then the things that you don't normally see, I always, in the back of every sketchbook, I will test out the pens that I am going to be using. I will test out colors. I always have at least 1, or usually 2 pages at the end of the sketchbook for things like this, color testing, pen testing. And then this is something that my friend drew that he just wanted to put in my sketchbook, so I have something to always remember the day by. But that, my friends, is sketchbook number 25. I can't believe I've gotten through 25 of these things. That is insane. And that's not even including ones that I'm like halfway through. I'm halfway through like 3 different sketchbooks right now. I have a problem, guys. And I hoard them too. I just have a drawer full of sketchbooks. The other day, I got this. I don't even watercolor yet. I kind of have the urge to learn. So I got this, and it's so nice. I love it. But I have a problem. Anyway, guys, please, please, please make sure to check out all of the artists whose characters and art styles were featured in this. They are absolutely phenomenal. I love every single one of them. And to those of you that let me draw your characters, thank you so much for letting me grow and letting me learn with you guys' babies, your creations. I love you guys so much. You guys are amazing. All of their social media will be in the description below, as well as hopefully cards, if I can get the cards working. If not, you would not have seen the cards, so it doesn't really matter. You guys can also check out my social media in the description below. I have Instagram, Twitter, DeviantArt. I just made a TikTok. I don't know how it works yet, but we're gonna figure that out. I also have a Ko-Fi and a Redbubble, so if you guys want to support me, that would be greatly appreciated. All of the proceeds right now are going to dental work and therapy, because boy howdy, I know I need it. I just took 4 consecutive mental health breaks on Instagram and Discord. I also have a Discord server in the description if you guys want to join that. It's not super active right now, but the people that are in it are absolutely amazing. I love them so much. They are the nicest people I have ever met, so please, if you are interested in that, you can go check that out in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay safe, stay scary, and we'll see you in the next video. See ya.